Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year, and welcome to this first 2025 edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. Kyle's here as well, buddy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We're here. It's another year.
We are here, yes. We have made it through another calendar year. It is the second day of 20. I had to think for a second what day it was.
Yep.
It's the second day of 2025. How's 2025 to an okay start for you? I mean, it's only been 2 days.
It's the start of another year.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll have its ups and downs, just like 2024 did. So.
Right. Lots of exciting stuff coming. So that's a good way to look at it. Lots of exciting new adventures ahead in the coming year. And
definitely
lots of exciting new episodes of On a Couch Talking Sports as well.
Oh, yeah. Excited.
As we, like I said, tonight kick off a new year of episodes. And in order to kick off the new year, what we wanted to do tonight is kind of twofold. First off, we kind of wanted to take a quick look back at 2024, because if you watch our show, you'll know at the beginning of each year, Kyle and I sit down on whichever couch we're on and make predictions about what we think is going to happen in the world of sports in 2024, both personally and professionally. And so tonight we wanted to sort of take a look back at those three predictions we made at the start of this past year. I almost said this year, but I should start last year, and see how we did. And then we're going to go ahead and make three predictions for the year in sports this year. So very excited to see as I pulling out my phone, because I actually wrote down, along with my predictions for this year, I wrote down how we did in our predictions for last year. So here we go. Let me just pull these up. So I guess I'll read mine first and then go to Kyle's. So
cool.
For my predictions, I predicted that the Celtics would make the NBA Finals, which I got correct, because not only did they make the NBA Finals, but they won the NBA title in 2024. They won that, finally won that elusive banner number 18. So that was a definite bing for me on that one. And unfortunately, that was as good as it got for me. Because my other two predictions were that BC Hockey would win the national title. They did make the national title game, but then lost to the University of Denver in the national title game. And I also
close.
Yeah, but I got right there. Got right to the precipice there. But still was a great run for them. But my other prediction was that Wellesley football would win on Thanksgiving Day. Unfortunately, they did not. They lost to Needham 20-13. A very close game, but still came up a little bit short there, falling for the second year in a row to the Rockets. What are you going to do? A 1-2 prediction wise year for me, but that just means I can aim higher for 2025.
There you go.
Because actually Kyle is also 1-2. I will tell you right up front in his predictions. Kyle, and some people are going to be very happy about this, Kyle predicted that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce would break up, and that she would write a hit song about that breakup. And guess what? They are still together.
I would never predict anything like that, Robbie. Why would you say that?
And because guess what? They don't need to never ever get back together, because they are still together. I tried so hard with that one. It's a lot better in my head. But yeah, so you got that one wrong.
Yeah.
And the Swifties rejoice.
Just to add a little extra, a little bit of dirt on that one too.
Throwing more stones on himself.
Was when we were heading out to dinner, there was a what song was it?
There was a Taylor Swift song that I'm blanking out what song it was.
I forgot, but Taylor Swift basically just trying to sing like "In Your Face, Kyle."
Yeah,
she might as well just said that. So yeah, basically.
But and then your second prediction was that you would play soccer again, which you did not. But
no,
the Bears have been busy. A little busy. Sometimes life gets busy, and we can't always do everything that we want to accomplish. But one thing you did accomplish, you were telling me, is your third prediction was that you were going to teach track and field to your class, and you did get it done. Now, whether or not they learned anything remains to be seen, but you did get it done.
So it was interesting because I ended up actually teaching two, essentially, I didn't teach my entire class, but because when you're outside, it's like you got two big classes of preschool
Yeah.
kids running around, and everyone's doing their own thing. But I invited whoever wanted to partake in either throwing, so I kind of had them practicing throwing shot put, or doing relay races, and I actually got a decent amount of or a decent amount of kids from both classrooms that they were really interested. They actually really liked doing it.
Good.
And this actually may have been honestly the best. The more I'm thinking about it, it might actually be probably one of the best sessions that I did, because I added I didn't do this. I think I did this kind of. I tried to do this thing at least like a couple of years back, but this time around I actually had them try to measure how far they threw, and they had a blast with that. They really enjoyed it. So I could tell they were kids that even just they didn't even want to throw. They were like, Kyle, can I just like measure? Can I just like mark where it landed and like measure? I was like, yeah, that's fine. So
Hey, that's something.
Yeah.
That's better than nothing. But
yeah. I mean, but that's okay. Like it kind of shows them how the whole process works,
Yeah.
and like if they don't want to even throw it, if they want to even just like go on the measuring front of things, like I was encouraging them, like, yeah, do it, like whatever job you want to
Just
do,
do
like
it.
do it.
don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf was actually there. You didn't know.
He
but
was.
Shia LaBeouf was actually there.
Yes,
in the
like-
shadows, just screaming at these
On the other side
little
of the fence,
children.
yeah.
Screaming at these little children. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
And he did like the arm thing too, like like that, like it was, yeah.
By the way, if any of you out there have never seen the Shia LaBeouf "Just Do It" meme or whatever the heck you call it, you definitely gotta look that up.
Yeah.
Because it is something. But yeah, so we were both 1 for 3, but
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. We're not professional prognosticators, so. But you know what? We did our best, and now it's on to 2025 and on to new predictions
There you go.
for the upcoming year in sports, 2025, and so. I'm gonna go first with my predictions, if that's okay with you.
Okay. I will say about this, just this whole kind of like, I would even consider like this could be like a prediction / resolution in a way. So because like some of the stuff you could kind of predict what could happen, but then other things I was like you could
Like
kind
your
of
track, like your track and soccer thing. Those are kind of like resolutions.
yeah,
but
like stuff I
also-
would like to do.
Yeah.
Like so.
Either way, I mean, I think predictions is a good,
Yeah.
a good sort of overall general word to
Yeah.
use to describe it. Because in a way, by making resolutions, you're sort of predicting what could happen.
Yeah, exactly,
In the
but-
year that was. So
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. But I'm gonna go first with my predictions. I'm gonna be right up front. My 3 predictions are all gonna be professional college sports based.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
Cool.
just sort of getting that out there. My first prediction is I think the Celtics are going to repeat as NBA champions in 2025. I think they have the pieces to do it. I've said it all along that they stay healthy. I don't see any reason why they can't. So I'm going to go out on that ledge right now here today, January 2nd, 2025,
Okay.
and say that the Boston Celtics will repeat as NBA champions in 2025 and win banner number 19. And
Okay.
with my luck, I probably just cursed them to be wrong to not win it, but that is how I'm feeling about it. So that was prediction number 1.
No, it's good to go with a positive
Yeah.
mentality. I think that's good.
My second prediction is that I believe that the Boston College football team will win at least 8 games in their 2025 season. Now, if you know BC football like me, you'll know that they've been mired in like 6 and 7 win seasons for a while now. They're going into what will be their second year under head coach Bill O'Brien. This year they won 7 games. They finished 7-5. Came very close to winning 8 games in their bowl game. Unfortunately, they lost that, which I'll get into a little bit more coming up in the Robbie's football recap. But I firmly believe that next season they will finally get to that 8-win plateau, which would be the first time they've won 8 games in a season since 2009. Just a little context. So I believe that they're gonna do it next year, or this year, this upcoming fall. So 8 wins or more for BC football. Write it down, book it, do whatever you want to do. Hey, if you want
Or am I
to
no
make a wager, gambling's legal in Massachusetts now and pretty much all over the country now. So if you want to make a wager, pencil in BC football 8 wins or more in 2025.
All right.
And my third prediction may or may not be more a heart prediction than a head prediction, but I think the Boston Red Sox are going to make the playoffs in 2025. I know the last couple of years have been a bit of a struggle. The last 3 years in a row, the team has not been on best times, but I mean they picked up some pieces in the off season, and I have a feeling. I don't know if it's a good feeling or it's a gut feeling that they are going to find a way to make it to the postseason in 2025 and snap a 3-year playoff-less streak that they got going on. So, again, will I be right? Probably not. Probably they'll fall completely flat on their face, just like these predictions. But I'm going to go for it once again with this pick and say Red Sox will be playoff bound in 2025.
Cool.
So, just a quick recap for mine.
Rock on.
Again, Celtics repeat as champions. BC football, 8 wins or more.
Okay.
And Red Sox make the playoffs. So, those are my 3 predictions for 2025 sports-wise. So, Kyle, now you've had some time to sort of stew on it, sort of, formulate here. Why don't you go ahead?
So I think my first prediction, and this is one I've been kind of thinking about actually for a while, and I never actually put this as a sort of prediction / resolution, whatever you want to call it. But I realized it had been a while since I've been to the to see like a Thanksgiving game.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna put it in that this year, as long as there aren't any races that I'm partaking during Thanksgiving Day, that I'm gonna try to attend at least an amount of the Wellesley versus Needham Thanksgiving game. So
okay, all right.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's just because everything's. I have been kind of itching to go back there, anyways. Even it's just to go there for a little bit and see if I can bump into some some of the old classmates there as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So
cool.
So yeah, that's my first one. My second one is I'm gonna kind of make it a goal. This is more of like a resolution, more goal kind of oriented one. So I realized I haven't done that many races this past year. I did less races, I feel like, this year. Or, sorry, in 2024. That's what I meant. I feel like I've done less races in 2024 than I've done in 2023. So my goal is to try to do more races in this year.
Okay.
Because I've...
And now, how many races, in terms of measurement, how many races did you do in 2024? Do you remember?
See, that's the thing. I don't know if I actually did any. Now I think about it.
Okay.
I think I must have done anywhere between 0 to 1, 0 to 2 maybe. So
all right.
I would say,
sort of a little measuring stick there. So
yeah, to at least do. I will. All right. So I'll say because I can't remember. I don't think I actually did any races this past year. So you know what? My goal will be to at least do 1 or more races.
Okay.
In this year,
Okay.
within this year.
There you go.
So
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And
they'll probably be 5Ks too, by the way. They're not going to be 10Ks or
a race is a
fancy,
race.
So
Race is a race.
Or no half marathons. No, I'm going to die if I do that.
Kyle's actually going to run the Boston Marathon coming up in April.
Yeah. Yep.
Kyle's going to crawl the Boston Marathon.
Yep. Yeah. Oh God.
That would be that. I would pay to actually see that. Kyle attempt to run a marathon. Kyle, if you could make it 5 miles of a marathon, that would be victory. All right.
Oh, man.
So you're gonna. All right. So far, you predict that you're going to be at least a part of the Thanksgiving football game.
Yeah.
And do at least one running race.
Yes.
All right. So now I guess it's time for the third and final prediction for Kyle.
The last one will be. I mean, I think the last one will be. Well, I'll put. You know what? I'll say this because I'm gonna be moving again. So I'll say this right now on the show that we're not going to be much longer in this area. So we're unfortunately gonna, so we're gonna say goodbye, in a couple months to our good old filming spot here. But with new locations comes maybe new, walking paths and stuff. And I was thinking maybe next, this coming year when I move to wherever this new location is, hoping to be in Medford still. We'll see. I'm still kind of working out all those details. I don't know, but I'd like to do to try to find some new trails to walk. So that's my goal. That's at least one or so.
Yeah.
At least a few.
Yeah. So I think that's a very fair. Try maybe aim for at least one new trail that you have not walked before.
Exactly.
2025.
Yeah, like a new trail. It can be anywhere in this area or a different area or honestly wherever. Even if it's not close to where I live, like just anywhere.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that's very. I think all three of those goals are very reasonable and attainable. So I think that's awesome. And so just a quick, like I said, quick recap. Just to sort of summarize here, good old summary. So, like I said, my three predictions. Celtics repeating as NBA champions. BC football, 8 or more wins. Red Sox make the playoffs. Kyle's three predictions are that he will attend at least part of the Thanksgiving football game, will run at least one road race, and will walk at least one new trail in 2025. Cool. Well, that is some good stuff to look forward to. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of good, fun, sporting events to look forward to. I'm hoping, this isn't really. I'm gonna call this sort of a duo prediction. If you will allow me to make a duo prediction for you and I.
That's fine.
I would like. I'm gonna say this right now. I would like you and I to attend at least one professional sporting event together in 2020. I know we last year went to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I'd even love to do like something that I don't think we got to do last year, which is do either a Bruins or a Celtics game together.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a lot of fun for us to do. So I don't know. There's no reason why we can't.
I'm open to do it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put that out into the universe as sort of a dual prediction for 2025. Right. I predict that Kyle and I will attend at least one professional sporting event.
Nice.
Together in the coming year. So
I like it. That's good. It was funny. I was actually kind of thinking about that too, but I think I did that as one of my predictions, like one of the past like.
That's
years
right.
and shows.
Honestly, I recycle.
That's a good one. So I was like, thank you.
Yeah. All good. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to sort of add on that dual prediction.
Yeah, I think it's good. You're right.
All right. So moving on to sort of the last portion of our episode here, as for the first time in 2025, we are going for the. Did I say last time? No, I think I said it the first time. I'm having a brain cramp. Anyway, if I said the last time in 2025, what I meant is the first time in 2025. We are going to do the Robbie's football recap and the Sue's reviews. This is actually the second to last Robbie's football recap of 2025. Because the college and fantasy football seasons came to an end this past weekend.
Okay.
BC, unfortunately, as I was alluding to earlier, dropped their bowl game this past Saturday to Nebraska. So they finished the season at 7-5, and like I said, head into the 2025 season. The Patriots lost again, but they do now currently have the number one pick in the draft, so we'll see if they can hold on to that this coming weekend for their season finale against the Buffalo Bills at home. So I will have one last Robbie's football recap next week for that Patriots season finale.
Okay.
And then my fantasy league, I unfortunately dropped my last game of the season. So I finished overall in 8th place. So again, onward and forward to next year for that. But yeah, so like I said, just one more Robbie's football recap to come next week, which will be sort of an offline thing. If you guys have been sort of following along, I've been posting them. The weeks we haven't been doing episodes, I've been sort of posting them to the channel. So definitely keep a lookout for that. But now I am going to turn over to the first 2025 installment of the Sue's Reviews, which is going to be the first of, I'm sure, many exciting Sue's Reviews in the new year. So, like I said, Kyle, take it away, please.
Cool. So I just actually, not too long ago, had the fortune of seeing the newest vampire movie of the decade. And yes, it's Twilight. No, I'm just kidding. It's Nosferatu. Which just came out like literally a few weeks ago. It came out right on Christmas Day. So no, actually not even a few weeks ago, like less than that, like a week and a half ago, whatever you want to call it. So it was it stars Lily Rose Depp and Nicholas Hoult, among other famous people. And it's basically about, it's a tale that basically takes the old Dracula tale by Bram Stoker. But they do a couple interesting twists here. So the structure of the movie is very much I would actually compare it a lot to, like they say it's very faithful to the book, but it's also very similar to Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is the 1992 movie that came out, that had Winona Ryder and Gary Oldman, who played Dracula in that one, and that one was also pretty faithful to the book as well. So it had a very, like, if you've seen that movie, Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is directed by Francis Ford Coppola, by the way, which is a really, really solid movie. This new Nosferatu, directed by Robert Eggers, is very similar to that in a lot of ways. The structure of the movie, just the way the story plays out, when you kind of see what happens at the beginning, you pretty much can predict what's going to happen, I would say, for a good chunk of the movie. So, if you're like me and you've seen a bunch of different iterations of like the Dracula story, and like, a lot of it won't feel that new to you, and you might kind of like maybe not be as big of a, like, maybe it might not, like, what's the right way to say it? It might feel kind of like it's treading the same waters again, and it might not feel as exciting as like when you first saw movies like, Bram Stoker's Dracula. But I will say, on the other end of it, it is a really, really well directed movie. Just like the Francis Ford Coppola one was. This one had a lot of incredible shots, and just the lighting and the mood, the atmosphere and everything. Like, I thought Robert Eggers really nailed it. Like, I don't think it was quite as like scary as some of his other movies, like The Witch, which that was his first movie. The Witch. But, and it, like, overall, I didn't think it was quite as like, it didn't scare me as much as like, a lot of the modern horror movies that came out. And so I think that could kind of knock it down a few pegs for some people too. But I thought, honestly, though, the acting was incredible. Everyone played their parts really well. Lily Rose Depp is such a fantastic actress. I had no idea, like, I've never really seen her in anything before. But I think she's like, I think she's Johnny Depp's daughter. I think we all know that. But just, she's a powerhouse in this movie. And honestly, she had the creepiest scenes. She even had like, I thought she even outdid the guy who played Dracula, like, or Nosferatu, whatever you want to, like she was that good. Like, there were just like moments of the movie where you're just like she did a lot of physical acting in the movie, because her character basically, like, the movie, like, and this isn't really a big spoiler, you kind of know, like, she basically gets slowly possessed by Dracula, by Nosferatu, sorry. There's always all these different names, like Nosferatu, Dracula, Count Orlok, but she slowly gets possessed by him, and just the sheer amount of physical acting she did of like, you know, being in and out of possession, like was just, it was incredible. Like, oh my goodness. Like that to me was probably the best part of the movie. Just her acting alone. Granted, the guy who played Dracula, did do a really good job as well. And I like kind of the slight different twists that they had with him. And there was a little bit of a different kind of outcome to, you know, when he kind of like when he becomes more prominently featured. I'll say that. Like, I don't want to spoil too much of the movie. It's definitely one you want to kind of go in without, you know, looking at too many, you know, trailers or review videos on YouTube and everything. But yeah, definitely I would recommend it. I think you would probably like it more if you hadn't seen other versions of Dracula. Like, it would probably feel a little more fresh. But to I feel like, you know, if you have seen, like, especially Bram Stoker's Dracula, it doesn't quite feel as, like, you know, as new and fresh than that movie did when I first saw it, at least. So, but no, you know what? I would still recommend it. Still a great movie, very well directed, and apparently, I heard recently that apparently the Blu-ray is going to have an extended cut of the film. So
Ooh.
I'm very curious about that. I'm going to have to check it out. So yeah.
Hey, there you go.
There you go. So yeah, Nosferatu. There you go.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Kyle, for that review. As always, like I said, another lovely Sue's Reviews to now kick off 2025. And hey, listen, if you guys out there have any predictions, sports related of any kind of your own, definitely feel free to drop them in the comments. We would love to hear what you guys are thinking for the year ahead. So before we sort of wrap up here, I forgot to do so at the beginning, but I do not want to leave before I send a shout out to our two sponsors, Zyman Organizing and Wes Woodson, who are back with us again for another year here in 2025. Thank you to both of them. But yeah, that's going to do it for this first edition of On a Couch Talking Sports in the new year. And we cannot wait to bring you more exciting sports talk from a couch in 2025. Until then, again, you can find us right here on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We definitely love hearing from you guys, you know, whenever you drop those comments. So please, you know, feel free to make your voices heard on this On a Couch YouTube channel. So until the next time we see you, he's Kyle, I'm Robbie, signing off from the couch as I hug my little pillow friend here. We will see you, like I said, next time on a Couch Talking Sports. Bye, everybody. Oh, we're going hoods up.